Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another live stream here on Woo English. As always, I am your favorite teacher, and this is Woo English, your favorite channel. We meet again in another live stream, and today we're going to talk about Oppenheimer, the guy behind the first atomic bomb. And I think a lot of you have seen probably the movie, and I didn't. Unfortunately, I think I need to. But I know the story, and today we're gonna discuss the story, discuss nuclear weapons, and discuss a chapter of a very interesting chapter in the life of Oppenheimer, like the man behind the atomic bomb. But before, let me see who is here with us. Where are you joining us from? Say hi in the chat and let me know which part of the world you are joining us from. Maybe you can mention to me your continent, your country, or your city, even if you would love to. I'm joining from Morocco. It's very hot in here, actually. We are burning alive. It feels pretty much that we are sitting in the middle of the bomb that you can see right next to me. It's very hot here in Morocco. I don't know how it is in your countries. For example, I see Nazmul Islam says that he is from Bangladesh. Great. I hope you can meet our friend Ahsanul. He is also from Bangladesh, and he is here often. He is here often on the live stream. So I hope he is good. What about the rest of you guys? Where are you from? Let me see who is here with us. So the way we're going to conduct the live stream today is we're going to talk about Robert Oppenheimer, of course. We are going to discuss his life a little bit. We're going to discuss his motives. Why did he develop the first atomic bomb? And at the same time, we're going to see one of the most interesting chapters in his life, and how he witnessed the first test of the first atomic bomb. And of course, so it will be kind of like giving your opinion. It will be facts. We will discuss general facts about atomic bombs and about nuclear weapons. And at the same time, it will be a listening session. So I hope you are ready. I hope you are energetic. I'm not. Today it's very hot. I'm not as energetic as you guys are used to me, but I will try. I will try. All right, let me see. So please, if you can just drop say hi in the chat, and maybe one more thing that I would love to ask from you is if you can please double click on the screen. That's your way of liking this video, so that more people will come and join us in the live stream. Of course, if you are new, don't forget to share the live, drop a like, and of course subscribe if this is your first time watching this live stream. All right, see someone else is chatting with us. Long way. I'm here from Algeria. I really like the channel so much. It helps me improve my listening skills. Wonderful. So we hope long way. I'm from Morocco, by the way. I'm your neighbor. So of course you're very welcome to this channel. I always love it when there are people from neighboring countries. And I want to tell you, long way. This is your chance also. You can watch the live stream, and maybe also develop your listening skills. We will have a listening activity, by the way, today. But we hope that you will stay and you will engage with us so that you can develop your writing skills and your expressing yourself skill, right? So I hope you can stay for till the end of the live stream. All right, so I'm gonna share with you the live stream as we always do. Let me hide this. I will count on you to double click on the screen so that you can like the video and support this channel. Let me be a little bit bigger. All right, that's better. All right, good. So let's go. So, all right, yeah, this is very interesting. So, what year was the first atomic bomb tested? Right. So, because we are going to talk about atomic bombs. So, what was the year in which the first atomic bomb was tested? Talha, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Can you drop that? Can you say hi in the chat so that we can give you a shout out and tell me, of course, where you are from? But thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Talha, for that. So what year? From what you guys know, this is of course a fun fact, little section of the live stream, which is what year was the first atomic bomb tested? The camera is turned off, and is it for free? The camera is turned off right and isn't for free. No, can't you see me? Let me check, please. Let me check. All right. Give me a second. I'm just gonna check. Meanwhile, you can think about the question that you have in front of you. All right. I think you can see me, right? I'm just gonna check. Meanwhile, you can think. All right. I can hear myself right now. Right. So for that, double click in the middle of the screen just to check if everything is working. And I see a long way that you have a tag, some sort of tag that says that you are doing a great job. All right, let me go back. Okay, what do you think? So when do you think the first atomic bomb was tested in the world? Of course, like the first time the world has ever seen an atomic bomb. When do you think that happened? Was it 1943, 1945, 1950? No, no, long way. I can't see you, of course. You are the only ones that that you can see me, of course. All right, so 1943, 1945, or 1950. When was the first atomic bomb tested? Today we'll talk. Why did we choose this topic for today's live stream? Well, there are two reasons actually. The first reason is we noticed that you guys liked the video that we have on our channel about Robert Oppenheimer. So we decided to have a live stream in which we can discuss all of that. The second reason is that these couple of weeks we were witnessing the war between Iran and Israel, and a lot of people were talking about the nuclear program that Iran has, and a lot of people were talking about nuclear weapons. So we decided to explain what do we mean when we talk about nuclear weapons. You can see to my right or to my left, I don't know which way you are seeing me, that there is an atomic explosion, and those things are very scary things, because when they happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, like tens of thousands of people or people's lives were lost. So it's a very, very scary thing. Long way is correct. 1945, during the Second World War. That was the first time the world has witnessed like the magnificence and the strength of the nuclear, and the power and the energy that gets released when you when an atomic bomb explodes. Where was the first atomic bomb tested? Nevada, New Mexico, or California? Because in the beginning, before they bombed like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they actually tested these bombs, these weapons. So where did that happen? The first test of the atomic bomb, did it happen in Nevada, New Mexico, or in California? Of course, if you don't know, you can guess which one do you think sounds to you more correct, because this is your way of also learning these facts. So today we're learning facts, and at the same time we are gonna develop our English skills. So let's go. Where? So I'm talking about the place here, right? And please notice that for the word bomb, it's not pronounced bomb, it's pronounced bomb, right? So let me share that with you in the chat. This is a very interesting thing, because the word bomb is pronounced as a bomb. So the word bomb, as I said, is pronounced bomb without the last B. So as you can see right here, so it's pronounced bomb. Right. You mean the B is silent, exactly. The last B is silent. That's exactly what I mean. It's like there are a lot of words in English where there are silent words, like the silent B's exactly. So like this, right now. Uh, so these are some examples. I'm going to give you some examples of words in which the B is silent. So let me share them with you here. So you have doubt. We don't say doubt. We say doubt, right? Doubt. Uh, debt, not debt. Debt, right? Tomb, not tomb, but tomb. So tomb is where we bury people, especially if it's made like of wood. And the last one is bum. And also there is a very interesting word which is dumb. Dumb. Someone who is stupid, we say dumb, and we write it with the last b that is not pronounced. All right. So these are the words I wanted to share with you. So let me go back and see when or where was the first atomic bomb tested. So it was in New Mexico. So there is a desert there, and they tried the first ever nuclear bomb. So let's look at the second one. Who led the Manhattan Project? And this is where things get very interesting. And this will lead us, of course, to what we are going to talk about today. Who led the Manhattan Project? And what do we mean by the Manhattan Project? The Manhattan Projects are the group of people or the laboratories that developed the first nuclear bomb, and it still exists. This, by the way. All right. No idea, right? You guys have no idea who developed the first or who led the Manhattan Project. It was actually Oppenheimer, of course. Like we all know from the title of today's live stream. Of course, like Einstein, especially Einstein, like some of his ideas were very influential in the development of the first atomic bomb. Truman was a physicist, but he did not like. I don't think that he really contributed to the making of the first atomic bomb. And let me share with you some pictures actually of the real Oppenheimer. Like this is the real guy, and you can see that in the movie they did a great job by choosing like the right uh, 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 like artist who looks exactly like him. Says that a session for free. Of course, it's for free. Of course, this is a free session. All right. What was the code name for the first bomb? Was it Sunrise, Trinity, or Thunder? Like the first ever bomb that was made, what was the name of it? And I'm gonna tell you like exactly what we mean by the code name. The bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima was called, I think, the Fat Man. Let me see. Yes, so there were two. One was called the Fat Man, and the other was the Little Kid, I think, or something like that. Right, let me see. A little boy, right? So they make very very dangerous weapons, like, fatal weapons, and then they call cute names like the Fat Man or the Little Boy, right? So they are nuclear weapons that can eradicate, that can erase whole freaking cities. But then they decide to give them like very cute names like Little Boy. Oh, what did you do? We just dropped a little boy on a whole freaking city, and everybody now is history. So that's how these weapons work sometimes. What about the first bomb that was ever tested in like the history of humanity, like the first ever bomb? You can guess, of course, from what you can see on the screen. What do you think? Was it sunrise, Trinity, or thunder? All right. So Long Way asks about the meaning. So sunrise is when the sun comes up, right? Let me see if I can share my screen as well. All right. So yeah, this is the guy, Oppenheimer. Um, all right, let me go back. Okay, let me say there, and I'm gonna share with you something. All right, sunrise. Sunrise, as I said, is the opposite of the sunset. So that's the moment when the sun just comes out, when the morning begins. Um, right, and then I'm gonna come back for Trinity of words. So Long Way, where do you study English? Do you just study it on your own, or do you study it like in some center or in school, or where exactly? So I'm just gonna explain the words that are on the screen. All right. So this is basically all right. This is sunrise. I'm studying in private school. Cool. That's very good. Your English is very good. So this is sunrise, like when just coming up. All right. When the sun is just coming up. And then this is thunder. So thunder is like when there is light coming from the sky when it's raining, and especially like when you can hear a long sound or a loud sound. That's exactly what thunder is. The Trinity basically means what Christians believe in, which is like Jesus and the God and the Holy Spirit. That's what we call Trinity, right? Because there are three people. Um, so that's basically the meaning of these three options. So sunrise is when the sun comes out in the morning. Trinity means like the Trinity of like God and the Holy Spirit and Jesus, and finally thunder. And the right answer is Trinity. They call that bomb Trinity. How many bombs were dropped on Japan in the Second World War? And I trust you will be able to answer for me this question, because this is a very easy one. How many atomic bombs, of course, we're talking about atomic bombs here. How many atomic bombs were dropped on Japan in the Second World War or in World War II? How many bombs would you say were dropped on Japan? One, two, or three? Long Way says there were two bombs that were dropped on Japan in the Second World War. All right, any other answer? Because so far, Long Way is the only person who is interacting with us here. So I would love to see more people join in the discussion in the chat. I will join Long Way and say yes, absolutely. So two bombs, one was dropped on Nagasaki and one was dropped on Hiroshima, with the second one being the most famous one. All right, let's check the next question. So the next question was Oppenheimer a hero or a villain? So who is Oppenheimer? Of course, the person that we are talking about today. He was the person who helped or who led the project that developed the first atomic bomb. So in your opinion, was he a hero or a villain or both? And please, I want you also to notice the way I'm pronouncing like the words that are on the screen. So hero, villain, or both. And Oppenheimer, the guy we're talking about today, was the man who helped develop the first atomic bomb. And we're going to listen to one chapter actually from his life in which we talk about how, all right, how the world, or how did he see the first atomic explosion? All right. How? What do you think? This is an opinion question, of course. So there is no correct or wrong answers here. Uh, it depends. Maybe some of you will see him as a villain because he developed a mass destruction weapon. Others will say him as a hero because a lot of countries are protecting themselves using nuclear weapons. So, what about you guys? What do you think of Oppenheimer? Was he a villain? Was he a hero? Yeah, the floor is yours. What do you think? No answers, of course. All right, so I'm gonna move on. But no one is participate. Why? I don't know. Long way. Maybe they are shy today because most of the time we have a lot of we have very great interactions in the chat most of the time. But unfortunately today, I think that people are very shy. But you are here, so you are keeping me company for the time. I hope more people will join Long Way in the discussion that she is leading in the chat. Okay, so let's go on. So the next question: do you think the dropping of the atomic bomb was necessary? And here we are talking about the dropping of the atomic bombs in on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because well, for a lot of people, they say it's the reason why the Second World War ended. It's because the United States decided to drop. This is my first time to show. All right, to participate. You mean nice, nice. You're welcome, and we really hope that this will not be the last time. So, do you think that the drop-in of the atomic bomb was necessary? I don't know. What do you guys think? For me, I'm not sure because I don't know if the war would have ended if the United States did not decide to drop the atomic bombs. All right. So, what do you think? Yes. All right. So it was necessary for you a long way. It was necessary for the dropping of the atomic bomb. All right. We're gonna see today, by the way, a a chapter from our channel, and you will see how the man Oppenheimer himself, who helped develop the first atomic bomb, how did he react when he saw the first atomic bomb ever dropping? So that was a very interesting one. Should scientists be responsible for how their inventions are used? Very good question, actually. Oppenheimer was did not say that the United States should use his weapon to kill the people in Japan. But is he, or do you think he is, responsible for all the lives that were lost during the Second World War? I mean, in Japan, of course, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Of course, he did not start the war, but he helped, or his invention helped uh, helped end the Second World. Though a lot of people, like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, were killed in the way. I think I'm gonna go to maybe right. I think I'm gonna go directly to the listening right now because I see that there isn't much interaction going on right now, and I, to be honest, I'm not good at history. Me too. That's I. Thank you for your honesty. Me neither. But this is a general question, of course. Like, if a scientist invented something, and that invention, the thing that was invented, was used in an evil way, is that scientist responsible for it or no? For example, Albert Einstein, He did not help directly develop the atomic bomb, but he found the physical equations that may have led to the production of the atomic bomb. So, is Albert Einstein uh, responsible for the death of all the people that died in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? I'm not sure. All right, so let's go to the listening now. And of course, for the listening, like every time, we have three main rules. Rule number one: listen carefully, because I'm gonna ask you some questions later on. Number two: if you don't understand the word during the listening, please don't hesitate and make sure to ask me, and I'm gonna explain it to you. Number three: please double click on the screen, and this is something that I'm gonna tell you with a large screen. Yeah, please double click on the screen if you would love to support this content. And let me very quickly, right, let me add this to the screen and let me go back. So we're gonna listen to the first. All right, wait a second. Let me pull up my right. Okay, so we're gonna listen to chapter number 4. Of course, the video is on our channel. It's 55 minutes long. You will find it on our channel. It's called Oppenheimer, or the Atomic Bomb. So you can watch it there. So we're gonna just listen to one chapter and then discuss it. Of course, let me see what you guys can see. Oh, you can still see thunder. All right. All right. So this is the chapter, as I was saying. All right. Okay. So let's listen to the chapter. Of course, as I said, 3 rules. Listen carefully. I'm going to ask you questions. If you don't understand the word, please ask me in the chat. I will explain it for you while you are listening. And number 3, double click on the screen to see something magical happen.
Science crosses the line. Who pays the price? Chapter 4. The race to beat Hitler. The desert was quiet. But inside Los Alamos, the air was full of tension. It was now 1944. Robert and his team had one goal: build the bomb before Germany does. Every second mattered. Every formula, every test. They called it the race to beat Hitler.
Exactly. That was the one.
But it wasn't a race of cars. It was a race of minds, of fear, of power. The team worked day and night. Some were losing hope. Some were losing sleep. Robert hardly ever left the lab. He ate little. He hardly spoke. His eyes were darker now, his face thinner, his voice quieter. Still, he kept pushing. He told his team, "We must win this race. We must, or the world may burn." But some scientists began to worry. "What are we doing?" they asked. "What will this bomb do to people?" Robert had no answers. He only said, "Let's finish first. We'll think later." In July 1945, the bomb was almost ready. They called the final test Trinity. A code name, a secret, a moment that would change the world. They chose a quiet spot in the desert. No people, no homes, just dry land and a tower. And on that tower, the bomb. The day was July 16th, 1945.
This is the test, by the way, right? So they are just testing.
5:30 a.m. The scientists stood far away, wearing dark glasses. Their hearts were racing. A countdown began. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. The sky exploded in light. Red, white, blue. A fireball rose into the sky.
His name is
And then
Oppenheimer.
a giant mushroom cloud. It was the first atomic explosion in human history. The ground shook. Windows broke miles away. People thought it was an earthquake or the end of the world. But Robert saw it, and he whispered, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Yes, he said that. A line from the Bhagavad Gita, from ancient India, words that meant power and sorrow. Some scientists cheered, others cried. Robert stood still. The bomb had worked. But no one smiled for long, because the next bomb would not be a test.
Exactly.
It would be dropped on a real city.
Exactly. That was the scary part. So imagine Oppenheimer, he developed or he helped develop this bomb. Let me come back. Okay, give me a second. I'm speaking to you directly. So imagine Oppenheimer, long way. It's written on the title of the live stream. It's in the title. So imagine Oppenheimer helped develop the first atomic bomb. They were testing it, and he saw the power of the bomb. And then he knew that the next bomb that they are going to explode actually was going to be on a real city, on Hiroshima. So can you believe how he felt? How the men who helped develop that power. Let me see if I can show you the bomb, like the real one. Right. All right. Let's see. There is a movie, by the way, that you can watch. This is wait. All right. So this is the first. This is an image from the actual test that Oppenheimer saw with his own eyes. Like, this is the first test, and the second one, the second bomb, like to be ever or to ever explode, like a nuclear one, was actually not going to be in the desert like the first test, like the Trinity bomb. It was going to be on a city with people living in it, right? So that was scary, to be honest. All right, let's go back to the text.
Nothing would ever be the same again. What happens when science wins, but humanity loses? Chapter 5.
All right,
the bomb is ready.
Part,
he had done it.
5.
After years of work, sleepless nights, burning questions. The bomb was ready. The test was over. The explosion at Trinity had shocked the world, even though the world didn't know it yet. Only a few people had seen it. Only a few knew what it meant. Robert Oppenheimer stood there, silent, the fireball still glowing in his mind. The earth had shaken. The air had turned to light. The desert had become a symbol of power and fear. And now, there was no going back.
Exactly.
In Washington, the leaders smiled. The president, the generals, they all saw one thing: victory.
Exactly.
They didn't see fire, or screams, or skin burning. They saw an end to the war. They saw a new world, one where America ruled with strength.
All right. So
Robert was invited to the White House. President Harry Truman asked him, "How do you feel, Mr. Oppenheimer?"
You know why he asked him this question? Because Oppenheimer just developed the atomic bomb, and the president of the United States knows that that same bomb, with all that power, all that energy, will be used and will be dropped on a city with civilians, with people in it, like with people living in it. So he asked him, "How do you feel?" Let's see the answer of Oppenheimer. Let's see how he answered.
And Robert said, with a voice that shook, "Mr. President, I feel like I have blood on my hands."
How deep is this? I mean, he was asked by the President of the United States, "How do you feel about developing the most or the deadliest weapon?" The deadliest weapon. He did not develop it as a weapon. He developed it like as a bomb to keep peace. But the president asked him, he said, "How do you feel now that you have seen the real power of the bomb that you developed, you yourself developed? Let's go back and see the bomb for ourselves. Like this is the picture of the bomb, like the day that he saw it. Like this is the actual bomb. This is the actual explosion that Oppenheimer saw in front of his eyes. So the president asked him, "How do you feel now?" And he said, "I feel like I have blood on my hands." Very interesting, very deep words, to be honest. All right, I want to show you something else that he said. So this is later on. By the way, this is the man Oppenheimer. Long way. You asked me about the way to spell his name. Let me check if it's clear. So that's how you spell his name, like in the bottom. All right. So let's see what the guy said. So I'm gonna read that for you, of course. So let me just hide this so that you can see me. Okay, now it's better. Oppenheimer is just above my head, and he seems like he's looking at me directly. So this is what he said: "We knew the world would not be the same." Right after he saw the power of the atomic bomb. And again, why are we talking about the atomic bomb right now? Because, well, just 2 weeks ago, there were a lot of talk about nuclear war between Iran and the United States. And of course, if Iran started fighting with the United States, that means that other countries like Russia, like the northern, like North Korea, like they would also join. We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed when they saw the explosion. That is, few people cried. So imagine people when they saw the explosion, they cried. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about like soldiers, right? Most people were silent. Like people could not say anything after what they have seen. Uh, I remember the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty and to impress. He takes on his multi-armed forms and says, "Now I am become the destroyer of the world." So this is something that Oppenheimer said at that moment. He said, "I am become death, the destroyer of the world." I suppose we thought that one way. Oppenheimer and what he was thinking when he was looking directly at the atomic bomb that he developed, by the way, right? This is very interesting. So let me go back. Let me go back and ask you a question that I asked you before. It was a question that we kind of ended with. Let me say. All right. Yes. Should scientists, now that you have listened to the chapter, should scientists like Oppenheimer be responsible for how their weapons or their inventions are used? Oppenheimer, he invented the atomic bomb or he helped develop it. Should we have him as like responsible for all the deaths that happen or that may happen because of the atomic bomb? I see the chat today is very silent. I can hear the crickets in the chat today. That's okay, of course. So let's go back. Let's try to answer some questions about the text that you have just heard. All right. So I hope you were listening well because I'm gonna ask you some questions. So let me make myself even smaller. All right. So why were the scientists racing to build the bomb? Why were scientists trying very fast and very quickly to develop the bomb, to build the bomb? Why is that? Is it to be Japan, to be Germany, or to win money? So why did they develop the first nuclear weapon? Why did they develop the first nuclear bomb in the like to start with? Why did they do that? Do you know why? Let me see. Long way, of course. All right, Mustafa, it's B, to be Germany. Mustafa, where are you from? Yes, absolutely, to be Germany, indeed, yeah. All right. What was the code name of the first atomic test? We answered this before, by the way. So the first test or the first atomic bomb that was tested, what was the name of it? Was it Victory? Was it Trinity? Or was it Phoenix? Phoenix, right? That's how we pronounce it. So Victory, Trinity, or Phoenix. The first ever bomb, which was just a test, by the way. I'm going to remind you of this. It was just a test from Turkey. Wonderful. A lot of people from Turkey watch our live stream. Though I think it's very late in your country, which shows how much you guys love learning and love hard work. I really appreciate that about Turkish people. They are very hardworking people. I think the Bengali, Indian, Pakistani people, very hardworking people as well. Longway, very hardworking student. I don't know where she went, so I hope you're still there. It's B. Let's check. All right, it's B indeed. Yeah, for the second one as well. All right. What did Oppenheimer say after the explosion, after he has seen the explosion of the bomb that he helped develop? What did he say? Did he say, we did it? He was happy. He started giving high fives. He was depressed and said, I am become dead. Or he said, it's beautiful. Let me see if you guys can guess. What did Oppenheimer say after the first explosion? And I'm not talking about the explosion that happened on the heads of the people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm talking about the first ever bomb test that was in New Mexico, like in the United States, in the middle of the desert. I'm waiting for your answers, guys. Come on. It's B again. So it seems like everything is B at this point. All right. I wanna. All right. Let me do this, and I wanna share with you again the whole quote because I like it. It's a very interesting quote. It shows you what people think or what people thought about the atomic bomb at the day. This is the man who developed the atomic bomb, and he is the man that you can like we are talking about today. We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed, few people cried, most people were silent. This is him watching the first ever atomic bomb test, which was one. First, this is Trinity, all right? This is Trinity. You can see how huge the bomb was and how huge the explosion was. So he said, we knew, like when he was watching this bomb go off, he said, we knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed, few people cried, most people were silent. I remember the line from the Hindu scripture. So he started remembering some words from the Hindu holy book, which is the Bhagavad Gita Vishnu. Is trying to persuade the prince. So he said, now I'm become death, the destroyer of the worlds. And indeed, like the bomb that they developed was absolutely a destroyer of worlds. So and unfortunately, it was used on civilians, like in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was dropped on actual civilians and led to tens of thousands of people dead. And a lot of people who were later born, they were born with severe like problems in their bodies and yeah, right. Yes, so he said, "I'm become death." All right. How did the scientists feel uh, after the test? Only happy. So all of them were happy. They were angry, or they had mixed feelings. And since you guys are very sleepy today, I'm gonna change. Probably I'm gonna change. Like I'm gonna change to English or something else. All right. No answers, of course. So it was mixed feelings. They had mixed feelings, of course. Some of them were silent, some of them were happy, some of them were crying actually, because they saw what they have made, what they have invented. And they were very scared. They knew the real power that would come from them. Okay. So let's see if I can. All right, let's go back to this one. All right. Well, let's use another one. This is the other one. This one. Right. This one has some language discussion. So, all right. Let's see. Okay. So let's add this one to stage. All right. This is a game that we played last time. Let's play it now as well. All right. We're gonna do it again. I think most of you who are watching today were not here with us last time. So basically, this is a game of like with this table, and what you need to do is to like choose one. Let me do this. All right. So what you need to do in this game is to like for every letter, you need to give me an animal, a color, a job, food, object, clothes, and hobby, and finally a verb. For example, for the verb or for the letter B, I want you to give me one animal that starts with B, one color that starts with B, one job that starts with B, like for the whole column, like this, right? And then we move to D, and you give me one animal that starts with D, one color that starts with D, one job that starts with D, and so on and so forth. So can you start with B? Give me one animal that starts with B, one color that starts with B, a job that starts with B, food that starts with B, object that starts with B, clothes that start with B, etc., etc. So let me see who will be able to like finish all of these at the first. So the first letter is B. I started with a very easy one. All right, nice. This is what I really want. Sophie Serious. All right, so Sophie Serious says for the animal that starts with B, we have bear. There are other animals that starts with B as well. There are a lot of animals actually that starts with B. Sophie, for example, said bear. Bear, that's an animal that definitely starts with B. So again, the game, for those of you who just joined, the game is very simple. For each column, there is a letter. For each letter, I want you to give me an animal that starts with that letter, job, color, food, object, etc. So for example, the first column, we have the letter B. You need to give me an animal that starts with B, like Sophie did, which is bear. Color, but start with B. There are a lot again. For B, it's a very easy one actually. The letter B is a very easy one. And that's why I started with it, so that you get used to the game. So if you can help me for each letter, you give me one word for each category. All right, that's all. So all what you guys came up with was bear. I need a color that starts with V. I need a job that starts with V. I need a color. I need a hobby that starts with V. So come on, finish the rest of the activity. Come on, people. Come on. Bear. There is bee. There is bird. All of these are animals that starts with B. For color, I'm gonna start. The first color that starts with B is blue. That's the first one that comes to my mind, like blue. That's the first one. Blue. Black is an all right, nice. Sophie said brown. Absolutely. That's another color that starts with B. Come on, for the rest of you people watching, come on. And please, while you are watching, accidentally double click on the screen. Something very nice will say there. You can double click on my nose. That will do something magical to the screen. So if you can please double click on my nose right there on your screens before we come back. So brown, absolutely brown. Yes. Job. What about a job that starts with B? So we're taking it one by one, right? So we're going one by one. So for the first animal that starts with B, bear, bee, bird, um, baboon also. If you know any other animals that start with B, please drop them for me in the chat. Colors, I said black, I said blue. Sophie said or said brown. There are other colors, I think. I don't want to spoil them for you. Job, all right, for job, I would say bodyguard, for example. A job, a bodyguard. So bodyguard is a job that starts with B. If you have any jobs, other stuff that start with B, please share them in the chat. Food, of course, it starts with B. There are a lot. Banana is one, and so on and so forth, of course. Baker, nice for job, absolutely. Sophie, you are doing a great job. Sophie is serious. You are taking this game very seriously, Sophie, and you are doing a fantastic job. Where are you from, by the way? Where are you from? Where are you from? Which country, which city if you'd like to share with us? India, nice. I was just earlier saying that people from Turkey, from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, all these regions, I think people are very hardworking people there. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys doing all that fantastic job here on the live stream. Food, India or Sufi. What about food that starts with B? I said banana. There are a lot, of course. For everybody watching, you can join us in this little game that we are playing today. This is your way of testing your vocabulary. So basically, I gave you 3 letters on the top. For each letter, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 8, I think, 8 categories. And for each category, you need to give me one word that starts with each letter. So for animal, give me one animal that starts with B. Color, one color that starts with B, and so on and so forth. People today are very sleepy, it seems. All right, so I think we come to the end. So if you have any questions, probably until the end of this live stream, I'm gonna just like keep it open then. For like a couple of minutes. If you have any questions, of course, about learning English, about our channel, about my personal channel, about a problem that you are having while learning English, please share it with us in the chat. And I'm gonna stay for about like a few minutes, and then we're gonna close the live stream. A lot of viewers today, but unfortunately, like the interaction was very low today, unfortunately. So I hope the next one will be more interactive than this one. So if you have any questions for me, like about learning English, about improving your English, about our channel, about if you have any suggestions, of course, something that you would love to see in our future live streams, maybe to make them better and to make you guys uh, um, more happy to participate with us. I'm here to listen to you. So your criticism also is very welcome. We're here to listen to you guys. All right. Since there are no questions, I think no more interactions, no criticism even. I would love to hear some criticism. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and have a great rest of the week. See you